Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and I've got another new MMO for you today. This is Wurm Online, and how did you end up in Wurm Online, Bob? You may ask yourself. Well, a little story. I was kind of looking for videos, Legend of Aria videos actually, and I found a website. I found a YouTube channel of someone who kind of, sort of thing that I like. They kind of deliver it in a certain way, laid back and relaxed. None of this kind of in your face sort of stuff. And I noticed they played a game called Wurm Online, which is a game that I'd heard of before, and I'd thought about playing myself, but I was, I was overawed by it, I think. It just seemed like this is proper hardcore sort of stuff. But I watched a video of them. They did a video of why they liked, Wurm Online, and basically it was just a video of them sailing on a boat. That's all it was. It was sailing on a boat. It was wind. I think this must be recorded in winter because the game has got like a seasonal cycle that follows the real world, I think, which is another thing that I love. Yeah, but they were in a boat, like a Viking longship type thing, sailing along with the coast going past in the background, and they were just describing what they loved about the game. And the video was 40 minutes long, so I watched a 40-minute video of someone talking about why they loved Wurm Online while watching scenery go by on a boat. And I felt the immersion, I have to say. And they use lots of verbs that I like immersion, atmosphere, that kind of stuff. I'm sure I've got used verbs in the wrong context there. I'm sure they're verbs, yeah. And it was just I enjoyed the video a lot. But they also talked about why. They also talked about that since playing Ultra Online, they kind of haven't got that feeling back from playing other MMOs, and I felt the same way. As much as I like Everquest and Everquest P99, that's a different game. It gives a different experience to the experience that Ultra Online gave, and a different feeling for me personally. Everquest is kind of like I know there were games before it, like Meridian 59, I guess, but Everquest was the beginning of the 3D, almost like more action-orientated MMO, whereas I think Ultra Online is a different branch of MMOs. More sandboxy, I guess, is what we're talking about. And they also kind of talked about how Wurm kind of gave them that feeling that they hadn't had since Ultra Online, and also they said that the world itself was really interesting to explore. It's lots of different servers, massive worlds, massive servers to explore, massive worlds, land, and it's interesting to explore as well. It doesn't just feel like it's randomly generated. So that's the reason that I'm here, basically, to give it a go. I still feel scared and daunted by it because the systems are incredibly complex. This is the tutorial area, but when you get outside of this, essentially everything you see nearly is built by players. So there are certain other games where currently in development, or that people I've been playing and stuff, where the players are playing it, they say, oh, I'm playing this because it's the deepest sandbox MMO. No, it's not. This is by a long shot, it seems, and hopefully I'm going to back up those claims when I play the game and you see it. When I watched the video, I did kind of wonder why this game has not got hundreds of thousands, millions of players playing it. And I guess it's because it is on a different level. It does require a huge time investment, and it does appear as though I guess you would call it grindy, but I suppose it's like, I guess if you come into this game and you're going to dedicate some time to it, I guess it tries to emulate real life in the sense that if you were learning a skill, then it would take you a long time to do that, and maybe that's what this is trying to do. But yeah, I'm feeling fairly trepidatious about it because it is a complex game, and it really is sandboxy. So we're but that video I thought to myself, I need to try this game out, and that's what we're going to do. So this is a tutorial, introduction video. This is a tutorial. I'm going to be playing this game. I'm going to be playing this game over the next period of time. Obviously, when P99 Green comes out, I'll be doing that as well. But and as I go through, I'll be showing you what I'm doing, telling you what I think of the game, etc. And this is the first time that I've logged in. I've done nothing else with the game apart from watch this video, so I apologise if things are, you know, if I appear a noob. I mean, I'm a massive noob in Wurm Online. So let's get to it. There is a tutorial introduction, so we'll go through that, and I think it's quite interesting because it'd be interesting to see what the new player experience is like in a game so complex and so vast and big. And we're about to find out. So, welcome to Wurm, blah, blah, blah. Next. Okay. Looking around, click and hold the left mouse button. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, other MMOs, I'm used to clicking the right mouse button to look around, but I'm sure there's a reason for that. Movement, WASD. Okay. Movement. Some land in Wurm could be too steep. You'd simply walk across. Enable. Hang on, I think I've lost a. Let's move that up a bit. There we go. Climbing mode. Wow. It hasn't given me anything to climb up, is it? I don't think. Enable climbing mode. So if you want to go up an incline, you have to enable climbing mode. While climbing mode is enabled, you'll walk a lot slower and drain more stamina. Okay. Disable climbing mode by pressing Z. I'll do that. I almost said Z there. That would be a terrible faux pas. Movement. Keep an eye on your stamina while moving. Okay, stamina is the green bar. Let's move that down. I'm happy that I can just click the UI components and move them around. That's a good touch. Running out of stamina can lead to your character getting tired and walking slower. Oh, look at this. Or possibly falling from a steep slope. So if you find a steep slope you want to climb up, and you hit climbing and you start walking up, you get halfway up and you run out of stamina, you will just fall down and maybe die. That's brilliant. I've also noticed here that you've got stamina, health, water, food, nutrition, calories. So it tells you what sort of calories you're taking in. Fats, proteins, carbs. Sleep bonus. Wow, okay. Holy smokes. Just a little note, if any devs ever watch this, if there's a way to let people keep the tutorial window where they move it to. Let's open my inventory. Because having to keep, when you go like that, having to then, you know, most people's monitors are fairly wide, even a 27-inch one, and I would like to be able to keep that there when I click next. Just a little thing. So inventory, you can select items, move them around. I won't read all this. I'll leave this up so you can look at it. But this is the inventory. Oh wow, okay. Holy smokes. Okay. Oh, this seems important. QL. Quality level, that's fair enough, yeah. We've come across that in games before. Damage. Oh, as I use an item, it will gain damage, which lowers the effective QL. If it reaches 100 damage, it'll be... Okay, so... I was just thinking to myself there, I looked at damage, I thought, well, none of my stuff does damage. But actually, that's the damage of the item. So, it should be... inside your inventory, you will have some items to help you get started in Wurm, basic armor, weapons, and tools. Okay. Okay, and you can improve the quality level, it seems, of items, so they're better, essentially. Upon death, your body will become a corpse at the location you died and will contain any items. Okay, so you leave your items behind on your corpse. You need to travel back to your corpse. Okay. You start off with tents. Dropping a tent on the ground will let you respawn there when you die, so you can make yourself a little camp to start off with. That's cool. There's the chat window. I like the way these little things just pop up as it's telling you about them. Okay. event window. Okay, it's telling me where things, it's telling me events, I guess, that are happening. Okay, so activating and equipping. Okay, so simply double click on an item. Okay, so it's green now, so I'm assuming that that item is equipped. Equipping items is different than activating them. It's generally only used for armor and weapons. So okay, so I've actually activated that item, it seems. Equipped. Okay. Press the C window to open your character. Oh wow, okay. Oh, I love the skeleton. Show player. Show player. Show wounds. Ah, so the skeleton shows wounds. Fair enough. Okay. Ah, to equip an item, drag it from the slot it is equipped into your character window. Oh, okay, so gloves. That's interesting. I like that. You know, in other games where it just says, it would just say leather gloves. So I guess the gloves is the, you know, is the plural or whatever. But they're actually telling you you've got 2 gloves, because obviously you need 2 gloves to wear. There we go. I just noticed something. Oh yeah, so kilometres an hour. It's got how fast I move. Interesting. I guess that's important at some point, because I imagine this game has got some sort of system where you walk slower at certain times. Certainly going up a hill you do, so that'd be interesting to see. So unequip an item. Okay. World interact. Well, actually, I can't see my character, but let's put on the rest of the stuff. I've got longsword, 2 sleeves, which is weird. You thought the sleeves would just be part of the jacket, but no, not in role-playing games. Leather pants. Okay. There's my tent. Compass. Okie doke. So world interaction. Okay, so you can. So this must be what this is then. So pottery bricks. So something's highlighted. You can right click on it. Track. Oh wow! Look at that. You start to check the ground for tracks. Oh wow! You can actually be a tracker. Is it just my? I wonder which tracks would be here. Maybe just mine. You find tracks of Messerbinks leading straight ahead. Done more than an hour ago. Wow, is Messerbinks actually still around by the looks of it? Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. You can left click on anything in the world to select it, and it shows in your select bar. Okay. So there is my select. I wonder if that. Okay, I'll go through the tutorial. That's interesting. Pottery bricks, cat's eye, and then you get options that you can do. Examine. Okay. So more actions can be bound to a key of your choice, which will attempt the action when the key is pressed. Okay. Yeah, binding key seems like it's going to be a thing, because having to right click on stuff and then choose an option, I guess for more common actions, binding keys is going to be big. Item, okay. Dropping and taking. Right clicking an item in your inventory or character, selecting the drop. Okay, so they're using the rope. So drop on ground. Let's have a look. I keep pressing R to move my view, but okay. Okie doke. You also select the option from the same menu instead of drop. So if I take the rope, so place the item. Okay, let's see if we can place the rope. Drop, place. Ah, so I can then put it where I want. Okay, I'm going to pick that up in case someone else takes it. Okay, see what's dropping. Got some items on the ground. Ah, okay. My fault. I was obviously too far. I was obviously a theft warning. You are dropping an item. you stay within one tile of the item, nobody else may pick them up unless your team. Okay, so got to be careful of that. I actually want you to confirm you've seen this message, so you don't go, I lost this item, someone nicked it. Okay. Terraforming. Wowza. Okay, what does it want me to do here? Terraforming the landing worm is the first step in making the world your own. With a shovel activated, I've got an iron shovel. Quality 10, that's terrible. Complete the digging action on a tile with lower the closest tile corner by 1. Okay. Restricted by your digging skill. Start off by digging some dirt nearby to continue. There isn't any dirt here, is there? Oh, digging area. Okay. Okay, so lots of sand around. Oh, this looks like it's going to be complex at first. There's this tile border here, which is one slope down. It does look like this tile is sloping down from this one. That's interesting. Anyway, let's carry on with the tutorial. Let's dig some dirt. Dig. You start to dig. Okay. We're digging for quite some time. There we go. We've actually got some dirt. Very heavy dirt. Okay. When there are no height differences between corners of a tile, the slope will become flat. Okay, so I just dug that tile, which means that this is now flat because it doesn't, the tile border, whatever that is, well, it's obviously what it is. Okay. Using the flatten action on a tile will attempt to get the tile as flat as possible if there is enough dirt on the tile to move around. Flat tiles are necessary for planning buildings. Okay. Use the level action. So once tiles come flat, you can stand on the flat tile and use the level action on adjacent tiles to raise them to the same height. I guess you need dirt for that though, do you? Okay, that's interesting. I hate this thing that keeps appearing over there. It's really annoying. So there's different types of things you can dig up as well. Okay, well, we've moved on. Oh, I'm actually moving slower than I was. Maybe it's because of the dirt. That's weird. Let's just drop the dirt. Let's drop it on the ground. Okay, fair enough. Drop on ground. There we go. Dirt gone. Oh yeah, so carrying that dirt knocked 5 kilometers an hour off of my wood cutting area. There we go. Off of my off of my movement speed. That's interesting. So I wonder how. I think these must be guards. Spirit Templar. Okay. Attempting to terraform a tile that has too many trees or bushes adjacent to it may make it impossible to terraform. Fortunately, you can cut them down. So, iron hatchet. Let's find a suitable tree. There's a pile of items. Okay. Huh? Excuse me. I don't understand. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Ah, so that's actually the tile. So I was trying to cut this tile down because I was up, because I thought I had to click on the tree, but you have to click on the tile. Okay, let's move in a bit then. Let's move into the forested area a bit. Here we go. It's a cedar tree. No, pine tree. So this tile has got a pine tree on it. Cut down. Okay. Okay, so it's tile based even for the trees. So you don't actually go up to, you can't target the tree. I imagine you can do a lot of tree chopping. So you chip away some wood from the tree. Okay. But there's no wood for me to pick up, so I guess the tree just hasn't cut down yet, so keep going. No, it's still... We'll keep going. Picked a particularly tough tree, maybe. I imagine hotkeying things like tree chopping will be... Oh, here we go. It's going. Oh, timber. Cool. Okay. Most of the time I think, yeah, I've worked that out. Okay, when a tree reaches 100 damage, it will fall to the ground. Finish cutting down a tree to continue. Well, I've kind of done that. So I can actually target the tree now. Shipbuilding resources. Oh, I can make a keel. Oh man. Oh wow. So now I'm not doing what the tutorial's telling me, because I was kind of... Okay, so I'm going to have to cut another tree down. That's annoying. That's a bit odd. Okay, a smaller tree, see if that works. Let's try this birch tree. I like the fact that it obviously is a birch tree. Yeah, so what I should have done is done the chopping and then click next, and then when I finish chopping the tree down, it tells me it's a next, but I haven't got a next because I chopped the tree down beforehand. So let's try again. I had to reinstall. I actually did a fresh install of Windows to get this game running. That's how excited I was to try it, because it uses Java 64 for the 64-bit client, and for some reason Java 64 just would not. I was just having loads of problems with it. Here we go. Timber! And there's the birchwood tree. Okay. Next. Okay. Yeah, now I've got to chop it up. Okay, so I was just ahead of the I was ahead of the game there. Yeah, Java 64 I just couldn't get it running on my installation of Windows, so I reinstalled Windows and did a fresh install of everything, and now it's fine. Okay, I've done that. So most item creation in Wurm can be done in one of two ways: crafting window or by activating. Let's make some in the crafting window. So that is down here. Okay. Drag your hatchet to here, and a log. Oops, hello. Hello. So I need to pick up the log, I guess. Take log. Wow. Oh wow, that weighs 96, that log. Holy smokes. No, that's not right, is it? That's a felled tree. Just drop that. Let's take the log. Is that better? Okay. A log from your inventory here. And it wants me to make some kindling. Okay. Create. I've got a percentage chance of making it, which makes sense. Oh, got some recipes as well. That's good. Okay, so create some. I'm assuming that you can. This is how much you create. So I'm going to create more than one, because I just feel that might be a thing. I wonder if there's a way of. I wonder if there's a way as you become a better. Whatever they've named the skill for working in wood, carpentry, or whatever it may be. I wonder if the time that it takes you to create something goes down. That's something that would be quite interesting to find out. I'm not gaining any skills at the moment. Maybe it's just because I haven't reached that point in the tutorial. So I failed to make it that time. Okay, let's see what it wants us to do. I'll create a campfire. Okay, activate the steel and flint in your inventory, which is here. That's a QL 50, that is. I wonder if, I guess the higher the QL, the better chance you've got of, I have no idea. I'm making it up now. Right click kindling and create campfire, or you can do it in your creation window, but we'll do right click kindling, create furnaces, campfire, 50% chance to create a campfire. Oh wow, did it. And of course everything can be right clicked on, so I can snuff it out, I can move it, okay, I can rename it, examine. A nice and cozy campfire. It's a QL1 campfire. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, mining. It wants us to, okay. I'm going to drop the wood because that is, that seems quite heavy. So it's giving us the basics, like snapping us through the tutorial, which I quite like. Mining, many things in Wurm need metals, blah blah blah. The first step to opening a mine, it may not as come as much of a comes to mining area. It may come as not as much of a shock to you is that this game, it's I think it's Swedish developers, I think. Or maybe Norwegian, I do apologise, I think it's Swedish, but Notch, who made Minecraft, he used to work for this company on this game, I think, before he left to do Minecraft. So yeah, I guess some of this feels similar, but obviously a more medieval feeling. Completing the tunnel action. Oh wow, so you can tunnel into rock. I think it's showing me that you have to dig up the dirt on the ground to unlock a rock to tunnel into. I'm a bit confused. This is mining area. Birchwood deed stake. This is mining area. This is like an archery area. Marble bricks, pottery bricks. Oh look, I was just about to say, do I need to dig into here? But there's actually, okay. There's a plywood bolt storage bin. Open. Wow, look at that. Examine. Oh, so these things have actually been newbie logs. Oh wow, these things have actually been made by people for newbies, it seems. So someone has come in here and made some storage for items for newbies to use. Wow, thank you. That's cool. That's really nice. Anyway, let's try some mining. Destroying the cave walls to using the mine action. Okay. Makes iron ore to continue. An iron vein. So, I guess a pickaxe. Oh, you can see that the stuff I've been using is slowly taking damage. Yeah. Okay. Examine track. Mine. You can mine downwards or upwards. Okay, so we are mining. The game's all first person, which I like. That's definitely increases the immersion factor. I know some of you mentioned the Legend of Aria videos, you weren't keen on the perspective, which I I'm assuming that maybe you didn't play Ultra Online, or you felt that because it seemed the same as Ultra Online to me. Mine some more to continue. Here's the skills. Yeah, I mean, Legend of Origin just seemed like Ultra Online to me, but if you prefer the first person, then that's the reason I kind of came to this game, because I thought, well, it looks like Ultra Online. Not it looks like, it feels like Ultra Online, but it's first person. So, okay, so these are skills. All skills start at level 1. You go up to level 100. I'm not sure if they call it GM, but there you go. However, the higher the skill, the slower it will increase. As a free player, I can only raise them to level 20. Okay, that's fine. Oh wow, let's have a look at the skills. Interesting. Mind logic. So these green ones have changed. It looks like it's got change. So I guess body strength, stamina. As I've been doing activities, it's been increasing my stats. You've got religion. Okay. Okay. Then we've got all the other skills. Yeah. So the green ones are skills that have gone up, essentially. So I've actually gone up in hatchet. Fire making, digging, all makes sense. Miscellaneous, shovel, pickaxe. Okay. One of the things I did like, I'm not sure if it's here. Yeah, animal taming and husbandry, so you can tame animals. I'm looking forward to being able to do that. Okay, that's the skills. Actually, where was the skills? There we go. What I might do, just for an interest, is just to keep an eye on them to see how they go up, how often they go up. Let's keep the skills up there, so when I do an activity, we can see the changes. Actually, look, it tells you here. That's interesting. So it tells you, okay, we'll keep that up as well. Okay, various ways to increase the amount of skill gain you receive. Affinities, item enchantments. Okay. Okay, so there are ways of increasing your skill gain. So a sleep bonus, which I don't have any of at the moment, means that you gain skills at twice the level. I guess that's quite important then. Combat. Don't underestimate even something as small as a rat may cause you issues at the start. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, so hovering over a creature, if it's red, it's hostile. Blue means it's neutral. Green means it's a friend or a pet. Okay. Interesting. So there's a different target. There's a different enemy target bar to item target bar. Okay, that's fair enough. And there's also a combat interface. Toggling the auto fight. On the quick bar. Okay. So there's like an auto fight. Double clicking on a creature and right clicking and choosing a target will cause you to target that creature. And if you're close enough, you'll start fighting. Only have one target at a time. Oh, this is interesting. So it seemed okay. Skill level, armor quality. Okay, so it seems like you go into combat with something, and then there are certain factors that determine the winner. Obviously, that's like any game, but this is actually telling you what that is. So, just by changing your fighting style or stance can have effect on the fight, depending on what you're fighting. I guess focus level, distance target, all that kind of sort of stuff. Okay, that's interesting. So you start. I wonder if when you start fighting with a target, you can change how you fight as the fight goes on. Who knows? Key bindings. So settings window, so you can bind keys. Open, you can hover over any container in the game and press F to open it. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Let's try that then. The chest. So if we go open, if I... Ah, there we go. Ha, cool. So, so I've just bound my key. That's going to be useful, particularly for doing things like if you just want to keep mining or keep chopping wood or whatever. Okay, that's cool. Wurmpedia. Okay. Game rules. Okay. Profiles. Yep. Good luck. Oh, journal. Tutorials. I think we've just gone through that, haven't we? A fishing tutorial. Ah, okay. Combat. So we've done that. There's now a little fishing tutorial. Have we got a fishing rod? No, can't see one. Okay, well we'll leave that for now. But what's this? First steps. Okay. Find a plant a crop. I like this. You see, the problem with these kind of sandbox games is I love them. I was talking to my son the other day about them. We was talking about our ideal games, and I can't seem to find my ideal game. Although this looks like it might be very similar, in that it's a massive open world where you just go into the world. You have to survive and explore and fight. And I guess you could say that any MMO is like that, or any game. But it's not really, you know, apart from the obvious differences between this game and something like The Witcher 3, visually and story-wise and etc. You know, this feels to me like living in a real in a fantasy world, as opposed to most MMOs, you know, where it's mostly about just fighting and raising your combat level as high as you can, or a story-driven single-player game where it's about story, and there aren't many mechanics with regards to you actually, you know, that feel realistic from regards to you living in the world. Yeah, and I was talking to my son, one of my sons, about it, and I couldn't find that sort of game, but this actually looks like it might come damn close. I'm not quite sure what to do now, though. It hasn't said first steps. Tutorial. Apprentice. Okay, so if I complete this first steps, I get a sleep bonus and a new title. Okay. I wonder what that is there, that red line. That's really interesting. Who's that? Another player. Keenan. Who is Keenan? A fat and jolly bartender. Oh, he's an NPC. He has a normal build. Yeah, talking about the complexities of the systems, there's things like your build can change. If you eat too much, you get larger. And then if you eat less, this was just some of the things that the person was talking about. Reason they like it. I think if you eat less, your food bar goes down, and once your food bar goes right down to the bottom, you kind of enter like a fasting kind of period where you start to lose weight and that kind of thing. So yes, some also things like everything in the world ages no matter what it is. So animals, trees and stuff. So animals and monsters and stuff are kind of start off young and they get bigger. Hopefully when they start off young, they're kind of weaker. That'd be quite good. And then they reach like an optimal age, and then they get weaker again as they get older. That'd be quite interesting. What options have we got? Ask for refreshment. Keenan feeds you some delicious steak and cool water. So my foods have gone up again. I think my calories, my food and water bar have gone up. I think the calories have gone up as well. I've also got an hour's sleep bonus from doing that there, so that's interesting. I'm not quite sure where to go now, though. This has been a tutorial. I'm glad that we've got this here because it gives me some goals. As I was about to say, that I get a bit. I kind of always want to play one of these complex sandboxy games, but I do get a bit daunted by what do I do next, kind of thing. You know, it's I guess you know that's the whole point of them is you can do anything. But I do quite like having a few goals early on because it also means that you know these things you'll learn the game as you do this. So what I might do is, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's a compass. Look, cool. I'm pretty sure this is a tutorial section, and I need to. I don't know if this is the server that I'm going to be playing on. I'll have a look around. What I might do though, before my next video, is just muck around in this section because I've got someone who will keep feeding me. I hope. So what I might do is use my 1 hour's sleep bonus. I'm not quite sure how you. I can activate my sleep bonus, and then I can just spend some time here, just chopping down some trees, gaining some skill. I imagine chopping trees and mining are going to be quite key skills. So I might spend some time doing that. Anyway, this has been an introduction video to Wurm Online, where I've gone through the tutorial. Some things are a bit weird. And I can see why someone might find it a bit janky, but it feels atmospheric so far, and it feels that there's a lot of systems and a lot of things to do. And I even love the way it looks. You know, as someone who's a big fan of 90s PC gaming, this looks like it's right out of that era. And I believe, as I said, I believe the worlds are massive. It's one of those things where if you see something in a distance, you can go there. You know, it's that kind of thing. So, yeah, thanks for watching. This has been a long opening video. The tutorial wasn't bad. Anyway, speak to you again soon.